Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is D-Free, and for today's video we have a interesting discussion topic, and that is whether or not an Ultra Gogeta I guess is part of this video. That will happen at some point, and it will happen in this video. We're going to talk about it. Is an Ultra Gohan on the way? The first thing I want you guys to do is vote with that thumbs up and down button. I haven't done this in years, so if you are excited about the possibility of a Ultra Gohan releasing, specifically only Gohan, hit the thumbs up. If you aren't, hit the thumbs down. You'll never hear a YouTuber tell you to hit the thumbs down button, because the reality is, if I'm being honest, the thumbs down button doesn't do anything for our videos at all. But I really want to see something, so I want everybody to participate. Everybody, every single person listening, if you can. Okay, so you may be asking, D-Free, you're crazy. Why would you even talk about this? Like, why would you even wish this into existence? First and foremost, as the biggest Gohan fan in the world, not really, but one of, probably, he's my favorite character next to Krillin. So anyways, I would love to see it. I would love to see it just as a fan. I want to see those animations. I want to see all of it. But at the same time, with Beast in the game, I don't really know that that's something that we really need right now, if I'm being honest. Well, where does this discussion even come from? Let's take a brief look in history back to about last week. You remember how they teased the Kaioken Goku, and they had that little trailer video, which they never do for Zenkais, by the way. They decided to give him a trailer video, and some people saw this in my reaction video where I talked about this, but they did this little trailer, and in the trailer, he has an entirely different green card animation, right? Now, later that night, after my video had already gone out, they tweet, the Dragon Ball Legends team and Dragon Ball Legends official account, they tweeted that, hey, sorry, basically that the trailer was wrong. They pulled it down, and this Goku's, green card animation wasn't supposed to be here. Now, keep in mind, they had been making some stealth changes to characters. Like, I saw some recent changes to, like, LF Rose. Before he got his Zenkai, I believe they changed the way he was holding his blade. And just little things like that are happening in his LF. But, like, little things are like that happen, and they're very stealthy. You don't really see about them too much. So that was something I thought was probably happening here. But they pulled it down, and instantly it's correlated to match Gogeta here. And the instant thought from, I don't want this playing the audio, the instant thought from the community is, hey, this is Gogeta. It looks very similar. It does. It's separate perspective in terms of camera, but it looks very similar, right? So there's that. Do we think our Gogeta is coming? That's possible. Now, Goku Zenkai comes out. That could still be a hint towards something. Stop auto-playing Twitter, damn. That could be a hint towards something. Who knows? But also at the same time, it could have just been a release to Zenkai buff the tag Vegeta, right? That's something they do too, where they drop. I mean, speaking of Gogeta, when he came out, the first Gogeta Blue, it's a crime. We're almost, what is it, 2 years? How old is that guy? 2.5 years? I don't remember. 2 years? Actually, he's 2 years old, right? Anyways, we're 2 years out, and we still only have one Gogeta. Anyways, Gogeta Blue. When he came out, Super Saiyan God Vegeta got his Zenkai right after, and it was like, okay, well, this is a thing that they started doing where they dropped these characters to Zenkai. So what I'm saying is this Goku might have just been for the previous week's content, right? So who knows if he's a hint towards something else or if he was just for that. But it turns out this week, in this update, they're rerunning these hybrid summons, right? So there's that. But they're also doing this. So, in the celebration of the Legends Festival, popular events are coming back. Take this chance to get event-exclusive characters from the past. They're bringing back Cell, which, if you remember, I used to say, they've been doing it recently, so that's cool. If you remember, I used to say in videos, dude, they don't bring these free characters back. Oh, and like immediately after I started saying that, it was coincidence or not, I don't know if Toshi's listening, but they finally started bringing these dudes back, so it's nice. But anyways, this guy's back, along with his full power battle. They're even rerunning Legends Road Gohan for whatever reason. They even said he was going to get a Zenkai a couple of years ago. They literally tweeted, oh, get him 7-star in preparation for a Zenkai, and never did it. Does anybody remember that? They literally said it, just didn't do it. They're bringing back this free guy in his event. They're bringing back this Legends Road as well. So the point is, there's a lot of hybrid stuff kind of going on. Cell's in here too. So like Cell could be some sort of hint towards a Cell Saga release, which is where the idea of Cell Saga and hybrids breadcrumbs game. This is a breadcrumbs game. This game always does this, where they basically spell out what they're releasing in advance with stuff like this, right? So is it possible? Yeah. Is it looking extremely likely? Yes. But there are a few things I want to say. If it's not Gohan, I would assume it'd probably be Cell, right? Cell is an option. Also, I would also not be opposed to another hybrid from the Cell saga, and that would be Trunks. If they want to do an Ultra, like Super Trunks, I'd be cool with that. Like, I'd actually be really cool with that. Because his Zenkai was a letdown for me. It's one of those times where they're trying to be anime accurate. Oh, hey, they did the same thing with not changing the counts and debuff condition on Kaioken Goku, despite the fact I really like Kaioken Goku. Anyways, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Cell is also a solid option. So it's just kind of one of those things where we don't really know. A couple of things to note is typically the Ultra release does not tie into the ongoing celebration that much. There may be some deeper through lines, like where they'll release a character and then they'll have the same tags or whatever, but for the most part they don't really correlate, right? Like Ultra Vegito, he didn't really correlate with the anniversary, right? But that's what happened. So it just kind of is what it is. So keep that in mind. And speaking of Vegito, we another thing that kind of happens too in this game is pretty much always whenever there's some sort of big celebration, there is a fusion warrior tied to it, right? There is a fusion warrior oftentimes tied to big celebrations. And this is also something Dokkan does most of the time too. Maybe not most of the time, but very often and consistently, and they always did. It's because these guys bring in the big bucks. It is what it is, right? It's why you see, when it comes to this game or other games, this is why you see the same characters oftentimes. That's why you see certain characters be better than other characters, so they can be more relevant. There's a method to the madness, right? So I said all that to say that Gogeta's not off the table by any means. He fits those criteria of there being a fusion warrior, especially if they drop like, so this guy also, he needs his Zenkai for the record. But like, if there's a fusion warrior, that's a thing that they typically do. Not correlated to the events that are ongoing. That's also a thing that they typically do with the Ultra releases. Gogeta hasn't had a new character since 2020 Legends Festival, I believe, right? I gotta go back and look at it, but I believe that's when he came out. So it's been a while. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Remember, vote up or down. Do you want Gohan specifically? Gohan specifically. And if you want Gohan, which version of Gohan do you want? I kind of want to see, you know what I kind of want to see? I kind of want to see a Super Saiyan 1 transforming Gohan from Cell Saga. We don't have that. We've got the LF Gohan from Cell Saga. We have the BoJack movie Transformers, two of them. But we don't have the Super Saiyan 1 to 2 with the, like, all of that. We don't got that. I want to see that. But an Ultra Transformer hasn't been done. Transforming character hasn't been done. But like, all of these things are things that aren't a thing until they are, right? At one point, Ultra wasn't a thing. At one point, LFs weren't a thing. At one point, assists weren't a thing. At one point, tags weren't a thing. Are assists ever a thing? Were they ever a thing, really? No, in all seriousness, one day we're going to get an Ultra LF. One day we're going to get Transform. No, we do have Transform. Am I crazy? Am I crazy here? I'm going to conclude because I'm starting to ramble. Why do I think we already have a Transforming Ultra? You know what it is? It's that we don't have a Transforming Ultra, but it's those stupid animations in the intro. I'm like, dude, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Vegito's animation in the intro. I'm like, dude, who am I thinking of? So I'm going to conclude there, guys. Last thing. If you're on the fence about, no, they won't drop an Ultra, two reasons why they will. One, it's the highest rarity. They're going to stick them on a crappy banner. Trust me, the banner will be bad because every other banner has been bad. Even though this has got premium time, the banner will be bad. They're going to stick them on a premium banner. And secondly, they typically wait about 3 months between putting out Ultra releases, which if you go all the way back to Goku and Vegeta's releases, that is in line with Toshi said, how long it takes them to produce them. I don't see it. I don't see why when they reuse so many assets between them. And it looks like all the work goes into the paintbrush art. But like, yeah. Anyways, so we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you in the next one.